What's good, guys? Yo, boy, no mercy, 4K, wavy mercy in the building, and back at you other banger reaction video. Today we got NBA legends and players explaining how scary good Larry Bird was. Let's see what this is talking about. If you enjoy this reaction, want to see more videos like this, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out and means a lot. We trying to get to 100,000 subscribers soon, bro. Please smash the like button. Let me know what you think about this video, my reaction to it down below in the comments. I hope you enjoy. Let's get it. What's good, bro? If you want to see full and uncut reactions earlier than when I post them on here on YouTube, consider checking out the Patreon. Link is in the description. Supporting on Patreon helps me keep making banger videos for you guys, bro. NBA legends and players explain how scary good Larry Bird was.
Man, it's your boy YG, aka Young Gala.
Check it out.
And Larry Bird is one of those guys we have to put respect on because he was cooking your favorite player in the 80s. And what made him so special is that he can shoot lights out and his IQ was off the charts. That's what really made him unguardable. And the cherry on top of all of that is that he will talk a whole lot of trash. And it is so disrespectful. I'm not gonna say anything because the NBA legend's gonna talk about it, but Larry Bird was so good that he scored 47 points with his left hand. It was getting too easy for him in his prime. And I hate how people don't think Larry Legend won't survive in today's league just because he wasn't the most athletic. But that doesn't make any sense.
Bro, that dude got dropped.
Like Luka Doncic, who are unathletic but skilled. If anything, Larry Bird will excel in this league. Just his shooting alone will make him a threat. This is an all-time great we talking about here. Legends will find any way to dominate the game. So anyways, man, we're gonna listen to NBA legends and players talk about how scary good prime Larry Bird was. But before we get straight to that, make sure you like, share.
Yeah, that was a long-winded introduction. Holy.
Hit that notification bell for the code.
Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Please hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, bro.
So you won't be missing.
But now, Larry Bird is definitely could easily dominate the league even today, bro. At any point, Larry Bird is still gonna be just as good, just as dominant. Like, it don't matter. He'll just adjust to the game today, the playing style, and he'll eat from the three-pointer, and he'll eat wherever he wants the mid-range, and he'll go crazy.
Any of my videos, and let's
any person on this level, like Bird is on that like super duper star kind of level caliber. Any person on that level is going to do good in any era, bro. Like
the vid, man.
Enjoy yourself, dog. You bitch, fuck you. Y'all gave the
what did he say?
You bitch, fuck you. Y'all gave the run for our money.
What did he say?
You bitch, fuck you. Y'all gave the
all I heard was F you at the end.
Alright, take care. Thank you. Work on that golf game of yours.
All I heard was F. Oh, hold on.
Thank you. Work on that golf game of yours.
So this is when they were retired already?
Game. The kid from French Lick.
The GOAT?
You know, Boston. And one of the few guys that ever be in a three-point contest and shoot with a warm-up shirt on. And, you know, but just as like,
that's tough.
He played until he couldn't play no more, obviously. We know that. He just played till he literally couldn't play the game no more. He gave everything he had. And for young guys that don't know him, you know, they think of Larry Bird as a jump shooter. But he was so much more than that. He was a passer. He averaged double-digit rebounds. He defended, he took charges. And, you know, he's a straight-up complete basketball player. And me as a small forward, you know, Scotty, Bird, Doc, you know, George Gervin. So guys that I kind of looked up to being a small forward. You know, and they kind of set the precedence of what it is to, you know, go out there as a professional and give it all. So, you know, I've always been a big fan of Larry Bird, and you know, if I'm linked with any other greats, especially like him, it's pretty cool.
Magic.
W, bro. Humble guy, LeBron, bro. Humble guy, historian LeBron, bro. LeBron knows, bro. This dude is just look how knowledgeable he was about not saying Larry Bird in the topic, bro. And just the respect and the not saying humility, the humbleness, the cadence, you feel me? Like, respect.
If I'm linked with any other greats,
let's go.
Like him, that's pretty cool.
Magic.
Hey, bro. Being in the conversation with Larry Bird, W player.
Worthy, Kurt Rambis.
LeGo is LeGo.
All the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up.
RIP to Kobe, bro.
What did you feel there? Why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
You know, kind of complimented Larry in the past. Is that kind of a cool thing?
RIP to Kobe, bro.
Somebody texted me after the game and showed me a screenshot, and I was giddy like a little kid. I mean, you grew up watching Larry Bird, and, well, not really. He's older, but you grew up kind of knowing the legend of Larry Legend, and you know, so to be amongst the greats, that's all you really want to do. That's a great accomplishment, but I keep going. Just a love for the game and love for practice and love for shooting. I think that we're similar in those areas, but he allowed players like myself to kind of dream big and think big at that position and to do things that traditional small forwards, I guess, or big men weren't doing, and he's one of the first guys you've seen.
Patterned my game, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like after Larry Bird, so I was torn. So I love them both, and to have a chance to play against Larry early on in my career and then kind of be under his leadership when he took over as head coach, it was a thrill for me because that was, you know, one of the players that, you know, I really idolized and patterned my game after.
What Larry was able to do on and off the court.
Hey, bro, Larry Bird, a different breed.
It defied description, and it was very much like being on tour with the Grateful Dead, in that you never knew what was going to happen. You knew it was going to be fun. You knew it was going to be great. You knew it was going to be dynamic. You knew it was going to be explosive. But you could never say, that's what's going to happen.
I think his first 8 or 10 points were left-handed. And at that point, McHale was still coming off the bench. And so we score, Larry scores his 6th point on some kind of left-handed shot.
Lefty floater. Easy.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
For Bird, another three-point try.
Damn.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one. I think it went right down the wire, and we might have won by 1 point.
Beat you right there. You got to keep them under control. They don't.
I went to shake his hand. He wouldn't shake my hand. And I remember saying to myself, well, maybe he's just getting into the game. And I remember the first play of the game. He said, you don't even belong in this league, Holmes. And he shoots a three. I'm like, I wasn't mad he made the three. I said, did he just call me Holmes? You know?
Nah.
But
Holmes is crazy.
I remember after the first time, you know, I made a play against him. I remember him
saying, said, Holmes,
you know, you got some toughness, man. I like you. But he said, I'm still getting 40 tonight. He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I mean, I knew he was a super player before I came into the NBA. But when I had a chance to play against Larry Bird, and there's only, I can count on one hand the type of guys like him that you had to be totally focused in on. If you didn't, he would embarrass you.
Bird 6.
Okay.
Bird, for those that don't know, won 3 straight MVPs in the league with the Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys present. 3 straight MVPs.
Yeah.
So you would say that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys present. 3 straight. Showtime Lakers and Michael Jordan and the Bad Boys present.
The Bad Boy Pistons, Lakers, and Jordan.
MVP.
They all going crazy.
So you would say that
they can still not stop Bird.
No question. It's not even yes. No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Bird night.
I had the Bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man.
And he would tell you to play and catch it over there and shoot it.
Larry Bird, he was not a nice guy.
He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun.
And they called a timeout, and he turned around and looked at me and said, I'm going to score right here on you.
And he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me. And the last one was left-handed. And he asked me if my mother was watching.
Bro, that's so disrespectful, bro. Bro, that's the thing, bro. You gotta throw the hands, bro. That's so disrespectful.
55th point, you knew it was something special, even as a player, and that usually doesn't happen, but we're down so much at the time. You had time to realize the game.
We're on the free throw line, and he's like, he literally says, left side, over across the 3, and you're listening to him, that's a tough feeling.
Yeah, that was the one game that I think he tortured Dominique. He saw Dominique, this up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally.
Who's the better shooter, chat? Larry Bird or Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant, bro, you know Durant is a lethal... Bro, because, bro, now that I'm thinking about it, bro, they kind of play, like, not super similarly. They got different games, but they do shoot a lot. They're both pretty big. KD's what, like 7 foot, 6'11"? Bird is like 6'9", 6'10" apparently. Like, that's pretty close, bro. Like, they kind of got a similar 9-10, kind of like this game of liking to shoot for big men. That's pretty rare. KD might be a better shooter, though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I haven't seen all the 9-10 Birds games or anything, or highlights or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying, bro? Durant is like, now that I think about it, bro, like, these are like there's very few big men shooters, like knockdown shooters. These are two of them. Durant is a different breed. I ain't gonna hold you. But I ain't gonna lie, Larry Bird looks like a different breed as well. You feel me? From the highlights and things.
I mean, it was
the videos. I don't know, bro. It might Durant. You think Durant?
He fell in a bench. And he called
bro, but we haven't seen all the Bird. That's the only thing. So we don't really know.
Into the trainer. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
It's going to be a 3, and it's going to be awful decent. Then he said,
but
who wants it? And I think
Durant's shot is wet like water, bro. That shit.
He shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumped into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session.
Bro, they out here celebrating the opponent is crazy.
It was the greatest film session ever because that's back then.
Bro, why are you doing all that?
The real game.
That dude was being extra as hell.
Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they were giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench,
yeah,
too.
That was Eddie Johnson. Yeah. Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter.
Eddie Johnson, you were being extra, bro.
Even the guys on the Atlanta bench.
No wonder you got fined.
Watch the reaction.
Damn, bro, that was
You see Scotty Hastings put them, yeah. Now watch Cliff Levingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
And our film session was 20 minutes of that.
At the three-point competition, walking in the locker room, who's playing? Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I scored so bad.
Yeah, when you walked in and asked who was going to get second place in the three-point contest, when you walked in there, what were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys like you always did with everybody?
I didn't, I had no clue. I never really practiced. Me and Danny used to shoot some before we went out there. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You really didn't. You knew the guys, but you never were around them.
Three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this. Excuse me?
In fact, there was one game in Cleveland.
And he told me where he was going and where he was going to shoot.
Nah, I won't hear about it.
Okay.
I won't hear about it.
It was 92.
Mercy, you ever play the game on stream, like video games? Yeah, I be playing some video games sometimes, bro. I be playing like Fortnite and stuff and like other like games. Like I just beat Only Up. I don't know if you know what Only Up is, but I just beat Only Up the other day.
In Cleveland, and he told me where he was going and where he was going to shoot.
Nah, I won't hear about it.
Okay.
I won't hear about it.
It was 91-92 season, and we was playing the Boston Celtics. It was Bird, McHale, Parrish, the great three, Ainge, and we was up 1. Okay.
Where he was having a pretty rough first half, and in the old days in Cleveland, you walked off the court the same way at halftime, and I kind of puffed up on him and walked beside him and was like, "Yeah, you're 1 for 10." I was like, "That's defense, and he just kind of looked at me and said, "There's 2 halves." And he came back out and hit about 10 in a row on me.
And we was up 1.
Oh, that's bro. I would take that as disrespect.
He said, "Who's guarding me?" As we come out of timeout. Now remember, I'm a rookie because Price is out because he hurt.
Right.
He says, "Who's guarding me?" I says, "Craig Elo." He says, "Why you got that white boy on me?"
Bro, Larry don't care, bro.
White boy on me.
He said that was the most.
Now remember, Larry Bird is white.
Right.
He don't give a fuck, right?
He was left-handed, and
he don't care.
He asked me if my mother was watching.
Bird didn't talk trash.
Bird talk trash to everybody.
Those are fighting words.
But didn't he? Did he get to a point where he had respect for you?
I always tell this story about Larry Bird. I remember him. He was cursing under his breath, and I asked him, I said, "Larry, what's going on with you?" He says, "You guys are being disrespectful to me." And I says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "You guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful."
Wait, who's the white guy you put on him?
I can't remember who it was. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. When he says, "It's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me."
Bro, like, what did that? Bro, what did that mean, bro?
Story about Xavier McDaniel. He said,
The X-Man, yeah.
X, I'm going to get the ball right here. I'm going to shoot a jumper right in your face.
It was a tie game. They had the ball, and DJ was stalling the basketball. And Larry was kind of standing outside behind him, like denying him the ball. And they called a timeout, and he turned around and looked at me and said, "I'm going to score right here on you." And I said, "I know you will. I'll be ready."
Okay.
13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
You should have just kept your mouth shut, buddy. Say goodbye now.
At that time, Larry steps in and says, "Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way?" That's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walk back on the court.
He said he wants that ball.
So he tells Xavier, he says, "I'm getting the ball."
And Larry said, "I'm going to get it right here, Ed, and I'm going to shoot it in your face."
Damn.
He hit it and he looked at me and he was like, "Damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock." He shot a shot right in my face. I just looked back and the ball.
He said, "Nah, I left too much time for you, bro."
And he said, "I told you so." And you know, he was like, "I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock." He wanted to shoot it with 0 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Goodbye.
People don't know this. You probably know this, Dan, but Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. And he told us he told me 2 things one game. You know, our rotations, double teaming,
His shot was fire, bro.
The corner, and Larry Bird was the one shooting it.
First shot looked like he always on fire.
I'm trying to block this shot, and
he got full takeover all the time.
You know, a little too late. So we playing him in the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, "You guys don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna go right over that corner." He said, "They're going to set a screen for me. We're taking the ball out." He said, "I'm going to curl right over." And he's telling us to play.
Yes,
he's
sir.
telling us to play before they even take it out. He said, "I'm going to go right over to that corner, and I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win."
Shoot it in your freaking face.
They take the ball
out.
The late, great DJ.
Yeah.
Take the ball out. The man curl right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3. Game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
Say goodbye.
Larry Bird story.
Game winner, Bird in the building.
An acute awareness of his own
Bird be going crazy.
Potential. Bird waged psychological warfare at the drop of a ball.
The 84 Olympic team is playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, "You're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are." Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy is and what's going to happen in the next few years. And he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
So
he
guys,
said he don't
hopefully
care.
y'all realize how great Larry
He said he
Bird
wanted
was,
the smoke. Oh,
because
for
the
sure.
man can do it all. He was not only a shooter, he can play make, rebound, and was an underrated defender. He was on the NBA All-Defensive Team 3 times during his prime. So please put respect on Larry Legend's name, because he inspired players like LeBron James. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and show love to the wide.
Hey, bro. Man decided to put that in there. Hey, bro, that's a fact, though. He did definitely, not saying, inspire LeBron. He definitely, not saying, paved the way for a lot of other people. And I respect Larry a lot, bro. He not saying he was a big, apparently, trash talker, but he could back it up, and I really respect that, you feel me? It wasn't just shit talk. He could talk his ish, be disrespectful, and back it up as well, which is the best part, you know what I'm saying? What you guys thought about that video, NBA Legends and Players? Explain how scary good Larry Bird was, and what you guys thought about my reaction to it. Enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really means, it helps out a lot. Appreciate you watching from me until the end of this reaction, though. Let me know by commenting. Larry Legend, W, Larry, bruh. Larry is a W. He is also a legend. Larry Legend in the chat. Larry Legend in the comments from me until the end. So I'm gonna see you guys on the next reaction today. And I'm out.